We're waiting for the dip. You still haven't bought Bitcoin? No, it's gonna drop below 5K and then we're all in. Yeah, well, good luck with that. Driver, we're done here.
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. So it's Monday, back on the grind. Yes, I know we had a beautiful 4-day weekend over here in the US. Some people had even more time off, right? But that being said, it is Monday, but you know what? We will take it because we are starting the week off with a beautiful green day. Yeah, we have Bitcoin at $11,900, up about 6%. Ethereum doing quite well. A lot of the other top altcoins are seeing some nice green. So we were talking about this yesterday. We said there was probably going to be a massive breakout. Now, it wasn't, a crazy breakout. I actually was hoping we would have went a little bit higher, but currently we are sort of consolidating sideways. So are we going to go sideways and see another Bart Simpson pattern? Well, we're going to talk about that in just a second because we do have this sort of resistance that I want to go over. But then you hear people coming out saying, we're going to go down to 8K or 6K or 4K, right? There's been some really 80% pullback has been thrown around. So I want to address that today. Realistically, I know that I can tend to come across very bullish on this channel because I do believe in the space overall, but I want to realistically look into this. Is it possible? We're going to get into the charts. We're going to talk about that, but I do have some very interesting things I want to talk about. Also, even with Deutsche Bank laying off 18,000 people. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to get into the charts. If that sounds good to you, well, you know what to do. And also today is the Ledger Nano S giveaway that we do every single Monday. That'll be at the end of the video. If you're new to the channel, well, basically all you got to do is drop a comment on any video throughout the course of the week and you are eligible. And if you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? We do this every single day, even on Sundays. Let's give the charts a quick refresh live. Bitcoin once again leading the pack. Bitcoin is up 5.37%. Bitcoin dominance 62.9%. And look, if we actually switch it to the Bitcoin comparative, look at this, guys. Lot of altcoins in the red again today. A lot of altcoins in the red. So once again, you are noticing that the interest is still on Bitcoin. Now, I'm not trying to be like Mr. Bitcoin maximalist over here. You guys know I do hold a small portion of altcoins in my portfolio, but currently, Bitcoin is just the coin to be watching right now. So yeah, we'll have to see what's going on. But the good thing that I want to talk about though is if we give this a quick refresh and we have a look over here at Masari, you could see that we actually did have. Why is it not refreshing? What's wrong? What's going on with this website? Okay. Is the website down, guys? Is On-Chain FX down or what's going on here? All right, that was weird. Well, anyway, guys, I can't show you what I wanted to show you, which was that the real volume was up. But hey, I guess the website's down. So anyway, getting to the charts because it's really weird. I hope they fix that. Anyway, so right here you could see we were looking for a potential breakout. Now I told you guys, Bitcoin usually doesn't get to the end of the wedge. It usually never finishes the pattern. It's usually very impatient and tends to break out sooner, which is exactly what happened. And the reason that we thought that this was definitely going to happen was number one, we were getting close to the edge. But the second thing I wanted to point out is look at this decreasing volume that we had, right? Obviously it spiked right here. But clearly, when you have decreasing volume, tighter and tighter coiling, right, you usually have that massive breakout. Now, look, we didn't go any higher than around $12,000, which I guess that was that psychological level. But really, we need to get into this $12,065 range all the way up to this $12,454 range. That to me is what I think we need to break above. So if Bitcoin can somehow get above and maybe land here with some resistance, then I think that would definitely be bullish and I think we would be going a lot higher. But just looking at the overall trend, you could see we're still hugging this trend line that pretty much started all the way back here on April 25th. Give or take, we've gone above it, we've gone below it, but ultimately we have respected the trend. And even down here, you could see where it became resistance. Once we got above it, it became support, resistance, etc. And currently we're on the upside and we are seeing support. So I still do consider this to be positive. Another way you can look at it is we're sitting on top of the ascending broadening wedge that we started back here, which was around, I guess you could say like May 12th. So that is something positive to be looking at. And once again, like I said, if you omit this and this, you'll notice that we're basically still in this upwards trend. So even if we bounce around here, maybe we come down, maybe we touch 11,300 possibly, or we could go all the way up to, $12,600, maybe this week at some point. So I think as long as we stay in this channel, I think everything is still looking good. It's still looking like it's going to go to the upside. If we break out of this and, we continue to go lower, well, then we will have to obviously change our tune a little bit. But right now, things are looking, I would say, bullish. But having a look at what's going on here, you could see we were trapped between this channel. Now, I'm currently looking at the weekly candles, and this week right here, you could see we were trapped between the $9,800, almost $9,900 level that we spoke about. That was that 10K level where we had the Darth Maul candles way back in 2017, and then we had to get above this $11,700 level, which I feel like a broken record. I have said that so many times on the channel, but currently we are above the $11,700 level. We're sitting at around 11,852 according to Poloniex. So that being said, if we can stay at least above the $8,700 level, then I think this is good. Even if we consolidate sideways, that would be all right, because in a sense, I feel like we almost have sort of entered a little bit of a, accumulation phase, right? Obviously, having a look, you guys know the trend is your friend until the end. We all say this. Currently, there's no reason to be bearish on these charts. Super guppy, still full on green. You can see we're above all the major moving averages. And if you still believe that we are going to continue this parabolic trend, well, you could see clearly. Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is just hitting a wall right here. It just doesn't know what to do. You see what I'm saying? It wants to continue this trend, and you could see that we're getting closer and closer. So, guys, by like July 11th, which is just in a few days, we're going to be at this point where we're going to know if we're going to be breaking out of this parabolic uptrend or if we're going to continue it. And I think it's going to be a really important day. So I do think that the next few days are very critical for Bitcoin, very crucial. And I still think we will go to the upside, but we may go to the downside. And I want to entertain that. Why not? Let's look at both sides. Let's be objective here, right? So Tone Vase, right? Now, I want to just let everybody know, I don't have a problem with Tone Vase as a person, right? I think he's a totally cool guy. He's all about Bitcoin. He's a Bitcoin maximalist. I hold a lot of Bitcoin, so we're cool, dude. But he is very bearish, right? He says there might not be trading Bitcoin show today. I don't feel like bringing my laptop, etc. But he says Bitcoin USD never went above my resistance zone of 12,250 to 12,500. Hence, no bullish trend change. I now wait for a buy opportunity at sub 9K or down into the 5 to 6K region, right? So that's the first thing. And then on top of it, we have Peter Brandt saying, if current parabolic phase is violated, we could expect either an 80% correction of 7-month advance or much smaller correction with definition of new parabola with shallower slope, okay? Bitcoin note formation of possible 2-week head and shoulders or head and shoulder failure, right? So he is saying that we could potentially see an 80% correction. Now, I just want to show you guys, historically, if you look right here, and this is just from the 2015 to 2017 bull market, I'm not even going to touch any of the other dates, right? You can see right here, the most that we had was this 41.3% pullback in November of 2015. And, the recent one that we just had was 30.5%. Actually, it was a little higher than that. It was like 30.64%, but whatever, 30.5, close enough. So my point is, we've already had the correction that we were looking for, okay? Now, let me just give you a reason why I don't think we're going to go that low. First one is this right here, 21 exponential moving average. That's it. And I know you're like, that's it? That's your reason? Well, that's one of my reasons. But look at this, okay? You could see right here, and this is on the weekly chart, okay? You could see as soon as we broke above it on April 1st, we literally never fell below it. And you could see that once we do fall below this, we are basically full on bear mode. Whereas once we got above it, going all the way back to, they don't even have it back that far. I probably should have pulled this up on the BLX. But anyway, long story short, you could see that once we're above it, it pretty much puts on like full on bull mode. And then when we get below it, well, we're basically full on bear mode. Well, we're above it again. And guys, currently, if we were to fall down to it and kiss it and touch it, right, we would go down to $7,861. So is that possible? It's possible if you think we're going to fall directly down right now, but keep in mind that these averages move with the price. So, there's no way that we're going to, come on, how much of a fall would that be, guys? You know what I'm saying? Like from where we're at right now, that would be a 30%, but from the all-time high, you're talking, not the all-time high, but for the high of this year, you're talking a 43% pullback. Now, I had been speaking about a 30% pullback on the channel for quite some time, and we already put that in. We put that in from the top here down to here, right? So that was the pullback we were looking for. So that's number one. Number two is actually, I guess, a little bit more fundamental, but look at this. If you go over here to blockchain.com and you look at the mining difficulty rate, it is literally the highest that it has been since August of last year, probably even longer than that. I don't know. How do you go back all time? Let's see all time. Yeah, there you go. It's the highest it's ever been at all time. There you go. So we are at the highest we have ever been. And number two, we have the hash rate. It's not actually, it dropped a little bit, but as you can see, this chart does oscillate. So we're practically at the all-time high also for hash rate. So what does this mean? Well, this means that miners are confident. You're not seeing miners turning off their, ASICs. They're actually turning them on. They're buying more. They're providing more security for the network. They are, buying more miners. Like, my point I'm trying to make is, why would these guys do this, especially some OG miners that have been in the game for a long time, if they didn't think that the price was going to increase? Would you really be throwing all of this money and time and effort into mining and securing the network if you honestly didn't think the price was going to go up? I think that the miners have a very good idea about what's going on, and I think that that is just one big sign moving forward. You could see right here, this is an article that came out, and this is in reference to what Brian Kelly had said on CNBC. They were talking about how Bitcoin mining was unprofitable, when 2018 had that terrible bear market, especially at the end of November. That was just horrendous. But they said there's sort of an insider word that miners have begun hoarding, right? Brian Kelly said, and this is to quote him, he said, "I talked to a lot of miners around the world. A lot of them have said they have sold enough Bitcoin to get us through the next year or so, and we are going to hoard Bitcoin at this point in time. We are not going to sell it, and the supply of Bitcoin will get cut in half." So, like he says, just real simple economics, lots of demand hitting the supply. Oh, it says lots of demand hitting little supply, price goes higher, right? I mean, supply and demand, that's like literally 101 market economics. Now, talking about this guy that was on Bloomberg the other day, this is Mark Mobius. Now, he's a well-known investor, whatever. I mean, I'm not that familiar with the guy personally, but apparently he's very well-known and respected, right? So he came out, and he actually used to be a Bitcoin critic, apparently, but now he started to change his tune, and he actually told Bloomberg's Daybreak Europe podcast that he believes Bitcoin is here to stay. He said there's definitely a desire among people around the world to be able to transfer money easily and confidently. So that is really the backing to Bitcoin and other currencies of that type. So he says, I believe it's going to be alive and well. In fact, I can actually play a little bit of this clip right here. This isn't from the same day. This is something totally different, but you could see they basically asked him, like, are you going to buy? Are you thinking about buying, or what's going on right now? And this is pretty much what he had to say in response to that.
I realize that it is something we have to account for. The reason why I'm not a buyer is that I don't know what the real value is. And unless it's so widely held and accepted, then that's a different story. But look, at the end of the day, there are many people who do believe in it. And if it continues and grows, then I would probably have to be a buyer and be involved in this.
So basically he goes on, well, actually that's where it ends. Then they talk about other stuff, but there was a section in there too, which he goes on to talk about illicit activities. And, obviously he doesn't grasp cryptocurrencies. We're not using it like on the dark web. Obviously everybody knows Bitcoin is only pseudo-anonymous. You can still trace the addresses, right? But, that being said, you can obviously tell this dude, he's an older dude. He's obviously the name of the thing is the place to be is in stocks and gold, but you could see that even, these old timers are coming around and noticing the value of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Another thing I wanted to point out too is that according to Zero Hedge, JP Morgan said that the emergence of a new bond asset class denominated in crypto assets like Bitcoin has become a possibility following the approval of 2 European companies. So some have said that institutions prefer to invest with long-term strategies. So if you guys think that this is institutionally driven, well, then there's a good chance that these guys are looking to invest long-term and they're not looking to be like day traders, right? Like a lot of these products that are coming out from Bakkt and Fidelity, they're places where people want to basically just have their money sit, right? They want to have their money grow over time, or at least that's what they're hoping is going to happen. So this probably will add a lot of stability to the overall space. And actually might decrease the volatility a little bit, which I know is not great for traders, but it's a lot better when you're looking for actually using something as a currency, if that is what you think that we'll end up using it for, right? So he goes on to, this is the BCB CEO Oliver von Landsberg said, he said, the 2013 bubble was driven by technocrats and dark web trawlers, and the 2017 rally was led by the whims of speculative retail investors. 2019's growth belongs to financial institutions who are diversifying stale portfolios and have finally the professional machinery to do so. So as institutional infrastructure improves and the inflow of institutional capital is sustained throughout the upcoming months, Bitcoin is likely to be the main beneficiary of the shift in the trend. And also, guys, according to a widely circulated report last week, a number of firms are launching new derivative products tied to Bitcoin. Structured products and bond-like derivatives are being conjured up to attract sophisticated investors. Products such as reverse convertibles are structured offerings that generally consist of high-yield short-term note of the issuer. So basically, these are very risky. They're, it's like leverage trading, right? But the point is it's not so much of what they're offering. I think you need to look at the fact that they're actually looking to offer this. So this is only something that you see in mature markets. So this is definitely giving the validity to the fact that, you can't speak for all the tokens in the ecosystem, but you can speak for Bitcoin alone, that Bitcoin is definitely maturing, right? And it's being widely accepted. So that is really positive news, guys. Lots of good news coming out. Okay, before we get on though, I have to talk about Tron. So let me turn the sound down on this. So this has been floating around. It says police raids at Tron's office in Beijing. Additionally, there are many angry people gathered there who are saying things like Tron is a scam. So this is what was going out all over this morning, which is interesting because Tron is actually up today. So given that this news came out, Tron is up like 6% today. So although it's mainly just following Bitcoin, but for the most part, so it's really actually only up like 1% compared to Bitcoin. But anyway, long story short, you could see that this was put out. So everyone's freaking out. There's police raiding the place, right? So, guys, that's it. Power lunch is canceled. Throw in the towel. We're not doing it. No, I'm kidding. Actually, this is a fake article from, what is this thing called? Jazeera, the realest news in crypto. It's total joke, guys. But anyway, so I was on Twitter and my buddy BitBoy over here, he said fake news is going around about Tron police raid. There was no raid. Police went to Tron's Beijing office due to a protest stemming from a Ponzi scheme where scammers use the Tron community to fund their scam. So he says blaming Tron is like blaming Bitcoin for BitConnect. So essentially, it's not Tron that was doing it. It was just some people who decided to start some kind of a Ponzi scam of some sort and target the Tron community. So I think that there's a bit of a mixed message. In fact, he does point out that there is an article down here from Crypto Briefing. By the way, Symmetry. Yes, I've heard about this. Guys, we're going to talk about this. I'm going to let you know about that. I don't have time today, but we're going to go into that tomorrow. I do want to let you guys know about that. But anyway, that's for another day. But guys, I want to say thank you so much for everybody that supported yesterday with Minds.com. I also, real quick, do you guys know why my images are blurry for some reason? Because if I go to the main page, for example, and like look at Crypto Larks, look how clean his is, and mine is uploading blurry. So I don't know, maybe there's something I'm missing here. But anyway, I want to say thank you so much for everyone that, is subscribing to me. And I decided I wanted to do a little something. Number one, I want to test out this boost thing, okay? So I want to boost this. And then you got to do your transaction confirm. Okay, boosted. Cool. I want to see how you boost posts, and I want to see if it actually works. I do have some tokens. Thank you guys. You guys gave me some tokens. Yes, I have $2.84 in my wallet. You can laugh at me. Okay, but the reason is because I actually bought some tokens this morning, and I'm going to tell you why in just a second. But, moving on, having a look at this, guys, you can see, thank you so much for the tokens that you guys have sent me, but this is what I'm going to do. Because I really do want to promote this, not like it's sponsored. I want to actually promote a decentralized platform. I want to use this damn thing. So what I've decided to do, and you can laugh and say this is gimmicky or whatever, guys, but I really want to do this. So for the first 1,000 people that subscribe to me, I will subscribe to you back. I will follow the first 1,000 people back. I didn't start doing it yet, but I'm going to do it. And the reason I'm going to do this is because I want to encourage people to actually use this thing. So I bought some tokens. I bought about $300 worth of tokens this morning, and I'm going to use them on the platform. So if I like your content, I'm gonna send you tokens. I'm gonna send you tokens the same way that you guys are sending me tokens. And I really want to help this ecosystem. And also, if you use my referral link, they give me, I think it's 2 tokens, or what is it, 4 tokens? Does this mean it's 4 if you get a new subscriber? Well, if that's the case, then, I'll gladly hook you back up with your tokens. I'll give you the tokens right back. How's that sound, guys? Because I really want to encourage that ecosystem. But here's the interesting thing. I was scrolling down here, right? And, wait, where was it? Where the heck was it? Yeah, so off-chain tokens are stored on Mines. On-chain tokens are stored on Ethereum's public blockchain and are accessible from the outside of the Mines platform, right? But I haven't seen Mines trading on any exchanges. So here's what I'm thinking. If you come over here and you have a look, right? So I was looking into this. So 9 months ago, it says that they raised $6 million in a Series A funding from Medici Ventures. Overstock's venture arm, Overstock's CEO Patrick Byrne, will join the Mines board of directors, right? So that's interesting. So they're investing. You have Patrick Byrne that's getting interested in it. Also, if you notice, this was about 3 months ago. Was it 3 months ago? What is it? 13 weeks ago, whatever. So Bill Ottman, founder and CEO of Mines, he goes on Anthony Pompliano's Off the Chain, right? Then I'm scrolling down here, and who do I see on the advisory board? Max Kaiser. And you guys know he's a little crazy, Max Kaiser, but I am a fan of this guy. So he seems to have a belief in it. And then lo and behold, if you come over here, you can actually see that they were on the Kaiser report. Actually, I'll play like a couple seconds of this real quick.
Facebook's making a lot of money on other people's work.
Right.
So you're compensating people for their work.
Yeah, and in addition, no ridiculous algorithms that limit people's reach. So our news feed's 100% organic, so you'll always reach all of your followers. I mean, it's insane that they thought that was okay at all to do.
So, anyway, it's a long video, guys. I'll drop it below, but you could see, they're going for that organic approach. I don't know about you, but I hate the algorithms, on Instagram. I don't even get any of the posts from half the people that I want to follow anymore because, I'll look at one post, say I'll watch, one clip of, a baseball game or something, or, a football clip, and, next thing you know, that's all I'm seeing in my feed. So I'm really happy that they're doing that, and I personally think this is a better system than Steam It. And finally, getting to my last point, I know I'm rambling on. I don't want to ramble on much longer. So basically, this is just what I'm thinking. Don't quote me on this. I have no proof. But if you look at what these other platforms have done with Basic Attention Token, right? It was, I don't remember if Basic Attention was originally just constrained to just the platform and then it went on exchanges. I don't 100% remember. But if you look at what happened with Basic Attention Token, you look at Steam It, right? Their token got traded on exchanges. Mine's token is not traded on exchanges. So, and you're seeing all this interest from all these guys. So what does that tell you? I don't know. I could be making this up, but I would say that at some point, I would just assume these would be publicly traded. So, currently you buy them for $1.25 on here. That's their set price. So I don't know, guys. I'm not saying what to do, what not to do, but I'm going to buy, I have bought some and I'm going to use them on the platform, but I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if if there's a surprise listing at some point. Just saying. If it doesn't happen, don't kill the messenger, but that's just my speculation. So I know I've ranted on. That was a very long rant. My apologies, but seriously, thank you so much, guys. You rock. I appreciate it. Really, I do. Thank you. That's why I want to give back to you guys, okay? So also, the Ethereum killer is already here, and its name is Binance. Well, this article came out, pissed a lot of people off, including CZ himself. Basically, they were saying that Binance is, taking down ETH pairs and all this other stuff. They said wrong. Binance Singapore and Jersey all recently listed ETH. Binance also added ETH pairs recently. Also, don't forget that Binance really, currently doesn't compete with Ethereum because it doesn't have smart contract capability. Now, they are doing a hard fork coming up, so does that mean that they're gonna implement smart contracts? I don't know. That would be something for you to just speculate on. But, they've basically said that they're not trying to compete with Ethereum, but I will say one thing, all of these Binance IEOs that are getting added do not have ETH pairings, right? There's no Matic to ETH or Harmony to ETH, right? So, I haven't checked Elrond, but I would assume there's not an Elrond to ETH. Maybe there is. I don't know. But anyway, so that was basically that situation. Also, you gotta love the Binance scams that are underneath CZ, as if CZ doesn't know that this is clearly a scam. So I think that is kind of funny. But what's not funny is that the Deutsche Bank is taking an axe to 18,000 jobs and winding down its investment banking arms. as it basically say, it's painting a bleak picture of traditional finance at the time of crypto basically exploding. So you can see right here, Pompliano, he says Deutsche Bank plans to fire almost 20,000 employees. Bitcoin has no employees to fire. DB is built for the one world and Bitcoin is built for the new world. And Matty Greenspan, he proposed that DB's move represents a broader policy failure. He went on to say, this is the effect of prolonged zero interest rate policy. Central banks are making it impossible for investment banks to turn a profit. Even the riskiest bonds are yielding less than 2%. How can they be expected to make money from that? Now think about that realistically. If you're making less than 2% annually and the dollar, good old US dollar, is depreciating annually between 2 and 3%, well, you're still losing 1% or you're breaking even? That doesn't seem like a good investment, right? So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see more money moving into crypto. And yeah, I think the biggest news of the day is definitely that we have anime coming to the blockchain. Blockpunk partnered with Studio Arch and film director Sayo Fi to bring a 10-minute film that will be on the blockchain set in a dream world where it combines with the real world in Paradox. So yeah, keep your eyes on that, guys. And that being said, it is time for the Ledger Nano S giveaway that we do every single Monday on the channel. So obviously we had 7 videos last week, so we are going to go over to our random number picker, and we're going to do 1 through 7, so generate 2. So that is Tuesday's video, which is best price to buy Bitcoin. The next wave is coming. Don't want to miss out. So let's get out of here. Copy this. Go over here. Let's see what we got here, guys. All right. 500, 600, all right. Oh, 584 unique comments. Not bad, not bad. So, drum roll, please, for the winner. I want to win a Ledger Nano. Yeah, well, is it Wakar? Is that how you say your name? Well, you won, buddy. So you know what to do. All you gotta do is go to the official Telegram group above. It's totally free to join. The link is here, or if you're looking on a mobile phone, it's there either way. Also, I always put the link in the description too. It'll say Telegram, Crypto Zombies Telegram, or you could just shoot me an email. In my about section, okay? No, I will not reach out to you first, all right? Email me, get a hold of me. You know I'm an official admin. There's a lot of scammers out there that try to impersonate me. So that being said, congratulations to the winner, and it is Monday, back on the grind. Let's have a look. How are we doing? How is Bitcoin doing? Where are we at? Yeah, so we're having a little bit of a pullback, a little bit of a tough time here. So I would have really liked to have gotten above into this range. You know, getting above 12,500 would have been really good. I think that was Tone Vase, what he was saying too. So will this resistance now become support? Possibly. We'll have to keep our eyes on it. But, you know, guys, trend is your friend until the end. No reason to, you know, freak out just yet until we have a move that gives us a reason to freak out, right? So that being said, I want to say thank you so much for coming back to the channel. Everyone that's been liking, subscribing, and commenting, you guys rock. Also, like I said, you know, if you want to follow me on Minds, I will follow the first 1,000 people back. And, you know, if you use the referral link, I'll give you your 4 tokens if you can, I guess, prove that you used it somehow. I don't know. I'll just give it to you anyway. And yeah, but that's only for the first 1,000 people, okay? Actually, I don't have enough tokens to give to everybody that joins. So let me just upvote your stuff. Let me just upvote it and we'll work it out like that, okay? I'm just trying to do it. There's also a thing down here you can add rewards. So that's cool. So let me know if you guys want rewards to be added or something like that. And we can maybe do that. Like you guys can do tokens for rewards. What, a half hour phone call with K-Dub? I don't know. So that's retarded. But anyway, no, maybe it's not. I don't know. Just let me know what kind of things you'd like, okay? So that being said, that is it for today, guys. That is it. I'm done. I've been rambling on for too long. This is a good old-fashioned long video. We're almost at 30 minutes. So thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you coming back to the channel. You guys rock. You're the reason that I do this every single day. My name is K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto and peace out.